Hello, Aquarius. Thank you for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using The Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen, and there's her last name. Okay, already shuffled. Okay. What's up with that? I'm done. Okay. Okay. What do we have for Aquarius? Okay. I feel like you're coming into this playing a poker hand. You're trying to stay out of the gossip. Okay, I see that. Okay, that's cool. You're trying to stay out of the gossip, but you want to know what's going on at the same time. And I see facade with the gossip, almost like it looks like you're a part of it, but you just want to know what people are talking about. You want to know what's happening. I don't really feel like you're a part of the gossip. I don't really. Because I'm questioning it, but there's a facade here, kind of like you want to know what people are talking about. You want to know what's actually happening. So you're participating slightly, but you just want to know what other people are thinking. So you're trying to find out what they're thinking. So you're participating in the conversation, but I don't feel like you're perpetuating anything. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Kind of like you're like, oh, what's going on with so-and-so? Oh, there is? Oh, I saw them over there. What were they doing? Oh, okay. And you're just like absorbing what's going around the mill. You want to know what's going around. Okay. But you got facade here too, kind of like you want to stay out of it at the same time. You want to stay informed, but you don't really want to be a part of it at this point. I do see you kind of trying to pull back at the same time. So it's even if you're absorbing the gossip, it's only through select people, because you don't want to be tied up in it. You don't want to be pulled into that. Like, you don't want people to think you're gossiping. You don't want that. Because I'm getting in the actual environment, there's isolation. Like, some people are pulling right back. These are the people being gossiped about. Somebody's being gossiped about that's completely stepping away. They don't want anything to do with things. They're upset with something. They're stepping away. This is curious to me because the actual situation itself looks like it's going well. But I almost feel like this person stepping out is why. Because they don't want any part of it. They don't want any drama. So they're just bowing out for now. I feel like you're also doing your part to kind of squelch problems. You're hearing what's going on. You're doing your best to kind of negate things out. I kind of feel like you're active that way, kind of like trying to negate things out, negate it out. Don't want a problem. Don't want to make a problem. Don't want to see a problem. Don't want it happening. So it's very curious to me. This starts off, things are actually good. But there's a little bit of discord, but it's all to the side. People are staying out of each other's business, so everybody's getting along at the same time. It's very interesting. All right, so what comes in next? Service. Things are going to go back to normal at some point. So they were going to go back to normal at some point. People are going to start talking the way they were before. Whoever this isolated person is, either they left and they didn't come back, or they kind of got back into their normal routine and they just acted like nothing was going on. They didn't really acknowledge anything. Because when I feel service, it feels like back to the norm. That's how it feels to me in this, like back to the norm. Got to get this done, got to do that. People talking the way they normally do. I know it says service, but that's really what I feel. Back to doing things the way they were done before. Okay, so the environment does some fun stuff. This seems to be a situation where there's always something going on. And I'm getting like somebody's like trying to keep it together here, but somebody's very upset, and it seems like they have a lot of power to create a lot of problems. Karma's on its side saying this could go for or against this person. Somebody's upset. I feel like somebody's upset, but they're trying to keep it together. They're trying not to cause problems. They're trying to do whatever they feel is the right thing to do, but this could go for or against them. It's kind of 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. Should they say something? Should they not? when I'm getting the Emperor, I'm noticing you have the Queen of Pentacles, which don't get caught up in the gender, but I'm getting like you're being trusted with some information. You're being trusted with some information, and I feel like this energy, this Emperor energy, which don't get caught up in that gender either, this person's coming to you saying, I don't want things to go crazy. I don't want things to get out of hand, but I'm upset about this, and this is what I think is happening. And I don't know if I should do something about it or if I should hand this over to somebody else. What do you think I should do? Is that how, yeah, that's how it feels. Growth comes in with this situation as well. You have to ask some hard questions. I feel like it's very tricky because you need some information and you have to ask the hard questions. But you can't get this person all upset, because if they get upset, you could, one, set them off, or two, you could make them upset with you. Neither of those are helping you. You don't want them upset with you, and you don't want to set them off, but that third thing is you got to have some certain answers. So you got to get in there and you got to ask these questions is what I'm feeling. And you just kind of have to. So what I'm getting with the growth here is like you're pushing it forward. You're trying to get some information. You're doing pretty well with that. This karma thing is a little 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. I'm not really sure where that's going. It feels like a slippery slope. Like they got to be careful how they handle it, or it could backlash on them. Maybe this person isn't as innocent as they seem. That's kind of karma on its side too. Maybe this person has more to do with this problem than they're really letting on. You're trying to unearth that as it is. You might be already suspecting that. It keeps going forward. Okay. I feel like you're helping. I don't know exactly what's happening with this moment, but whatever the outcome is, it feels like it doesn't seem like it's a blow up. It seems like it's handled. You seem to be a very big piece of how it's being handled. I'm getting, okay, that kind of moves on. However that plays out, it seems like it's not a blow up and it just kind of moves on. You handle it however it needs to, it moves on. Good. Next, I'm noticing the Queen of Cups with the renewal. Okay. So, I'm guessing you're in a situation where this is a constant thing. Because it seems like it's coming around again. Where people are just, like, being a little bit, like, there's secrets. And you're finding out, like, there's secrets, and there's people talking about, well, what's going on? Well, like, there's secrets going on here. And the renewal here is saying, like, well, what's that person doing? Okay. Renewal seems like it's more of what happened before, and it's kind of like, people are, like, the secrets here is, like, you're trying to keep people to keep things to themselves. I actually feel like that's your active role here. Kind of like, you don't need to tell everybody your business. Like, you want to do that, that's your life. But you know what, keep your business to yourself, and you know what, don't be talking about other people's business either. Like, that's their business. That doesn't affect you. Leave it to them. Don't get involved in their business. I feel like that's the renewal with the Queen of Cups. Like, people are, like, you're trying to get people just, like, you know, you're kind of like, just keep it to yourself. Like, I feel like you're trying to, like, tell people to keep it to yourself. We don't need problems here. Like, I understand that's your business and that's what you're going to do, and I'm not going to have anything to do with that. That's fine, but don't be, you know, keep it to yourself. Keep that private. Stay out of other people's business. Don't be pushing other people's business around. You're telling other people, like, don't be pushing other people's business around. That's their thing. Let them deal with it. Do you work in a madhouse? I don't know. What is going on here? Because I got the Page of Wands here. Kind of like you're like, oh my gosh. Like, you constantly have to squelch problems. You constantly have to step between things. It's not that bad, but it's kind of like, what is really going on here? Somebody's a troublemaker. Because there's an open area here. I'm getting like there's an element that somebody's trying to create discord. But they're very hidden. And it's like people have to figure out that, like, there's somebody enjoying the discord. Whatever this situation is, people can get along well, but they have to identify who is the fire starter. Ironically, I'm not even sure you know who it is at this point, because they're very sly and very sneaky. This is somebody who does not say anything to you directly, because you're going to figure it out. They won't come to you and say anything to you. They won't talk about anything if they don't have to, because you will see right through them and they know it. So they stay completely out of your sight as best they can, and they tell other people, like, they try to stay out in the shadows. They get other people going, though. Perception is making me feel that. If you can figure out who this person is, it's at least one. It might be a couple, just to be fair. Because they don't come directly towards you. They stay right out of your eyesight. They don't want to talk to you because they know you'll figure it out. They're convinced you will. Because you ask the hard questions and you're not afraid to. I'm getting balance comes and things get a lot better in this whole situation once you find out who the troublemaker / troublemakers, whichever it is. Once you find that out, it takes a lot. I feel it's very stressful to find out who the troublemaker really is. This is somebody who's not coming to you directly. You do not talk to this person directly. But you got to find the common denominator with these people. Who's starting this problem? Who's starting these problems? Somebody's starting these problems. If you can find that out, you can release this burden. I really feel like that's what they're saying with this. Things can be a lot better in the situation as a whole. It just seems to keep happening and keep happening and keep happening. But there's people like edging at people pushing at people aggravating things. But they're coming off like they're not the problem. They're just saying, oh, what's going on over there? Oh, what did that happen over there? They're questioning things and they're starting little fires here and there, but it's not anything they're actually a part of. They're just like starting little rumors or starting like, oh, did you notice that? Did that person steal that? Would they steal that? Do you think they would steal that? Is that person cheating on that one? Do you think that person over there and that person, do you think they see each other after work? Do you think that's happening? No. Do you? I don't know. Would they do that? Do you think they're that type of person? They're nowhere near you because there's so little like, that's what's causing all these problems. Because I feel like it's a repeating problem because there's somebody or maybe more than one doing this and just getting people going and making people question. Do you think that person got that promotion instead of you because of this? Do you think that's why that happened? I'm just asking. I have no idea. I'm just going to. And they're starting these little problems like that. If you can figure out who's doing that, you could truly nip this in the bud and stop it. Everybody can be a lot happier because if you figure out who it is, you'll know what to do with it. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut that down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.